Hello everybody and welcome back to the Life is Strange franchise, and now we're doing Life is Strange True Colors on the PlayStation 5.
Okay, yes, done by Deck 9, not Dontnod.
The creators of Before the Storm, yes.
Yes, I know. Imagine having to turn to the makers of, well, what was before Life is Strange 2, the most ridiculed installment of the franchise.
I should also mention that even though the game is called Life is Strange True Colors, if you look at the PC version's files, the executable is named Life is Strange Free. So this was made as Life is Strange Free, but somewhere along the line they changed the name. Anyway,
so
you can actually
would be calling it that.
So this is the buy more menu where you can buy other stuff. You can buy the deluxe upgrade, which I already have. The Wavelengths option, which is the Wavelengths DLC, is where the DLC where we play as Stephanie. Yes, Stephanie from Before the Storm is back, so that's cool.
Nice.
We'll tackle the DLC after the main campaign because the game does not allow us to play the DLC before we finish the main campaign, which is a weird decision in my opinion, but whatever.
Okay.
I should be allowed to play the DLC first if that's what I want, but whatever. Anyway, yeah.
One of those spoiler situations?
Not really. Not really, no. But anyway, you also have the Life is Strange Hero Outfit Pack, which basically gives her outfits from previous Life is Strange protagonists. Yeah, and you can also buy Life is Strange 1 and Before the Storm. And Life is Strange 2. But we're not going to do that because...
No, thank you.
Yeah.
You already played those.
Look, I'll just say this. I'd sooner buy Before the Storm than I would so much as look in the direction of Life is Strange 2. Speaking of which, if I may, a bit of... Go on.
Okay, so for this playthrough, I'm going to keep the accessibility settings on default because most of these default accessibility settings are not particularly great. The black background in particular for the subtitles is not properly black, so I don't really get these people, but whatever. And I'm also going to be playing the game using the performance mode, meaning we'll be playing the game in 1080p 60 FPS. Go on, Jova.
So, a bit of a recap. As I've mentioned before, I was not that into Life is Strange back in the day, but what I was privy to was the backlash Life is Strange 2 got. Now, I didn't know the specifics of it, as you can tell by my base reactions from our playthrough of Life is Strange 2. No, what I heard was just the fact that Life is Strange 2 was immensely despised by either fan or non-fan, essentially. Like, it's almost no argument. Most fans will still agree it's the weakest installment, it's been laughed off, and the only time it's been re-released is as part of a collection, which didn't even really emphasize Life is Strange 2 that much. So, apparently, Life is Strange 3 here, True Colors, was made, well, to be the antithesis of Life is Strange 2.
Yeah, Life is Strange.
Wherein they definitely dialed back a lot of the issues that Life is Strange had growing up to that issue, apparently.
The day's finally here. You've been at the Helping Hands group home for 8 years. We've been through a lot in that time.
Oh god, she has a symbiote attached to her.
And now you're finally leaving to live with your brother.
My brother Gabe.
It says here he lives in Haven Springs, Colorado. Is that correct?
Wait, Haven Springs.
It's a fictional town. I looked it up.
Do you have any plans?
Well, it's not Haven Point.
Job?
If she went to live at Haven Point, that would be funny.
That would be quite the way to connect it.
For those who forgot, at Haven Point is the name of that religious town we went to in Life is Strange 2.
Maybe.
Does your brother know
From what
about
I
your
understand, this game
issues?
does a lot to avoid so much as referencing that game.
Yes, this is our protagonist, Alex. This is in fact the oldest Life is Strange protagonist yet. Unlike the others who are teenagers, she's actually a fully grown adult. And when it comes to the LGBT representation, she's actually made well with that in mind because she's bisexual, meaning you get to choose between a male love interest and a female love interest.
And from what I've heard, this time there's no cop-outs. They actually do properly flesh out the romance between those sides.
I mean, when it comes to Stephanie, debatable, but when it comes to Ryan, I don't know. But whatever, we'll talk about it as we come. Yeah, that's basically it. Life is Strange True Colors. And
Unfortunately,
as you can,
unfortunately, I am reliably informed that the actual song True Colors is not in this game.
yeah, and as you can see for the UI, for the loading screen there and everything, they brought back the hand-drawn UI from the first game. So this game is going very out of its way to try to cater to OG fans. So there you go. Basically, she has been in a home for orphans for 8 years, and now she's going to live in Haven Springs to meet her brother Gabe, who has a place for her to live in.
I can't wait to see him.
So yeah, the first thing you immediately notice from Life is Strange True Colors compared to the other games is that, wow, someone got a budget increase. Look at how much better this game. Look at how much better this game looks compared to the other ones. Like
I'm actually kind of surprised, since normally following a game that's, let's be honest, kind of a failure like Life is Strange 2, normally budgets get sliced, but hey, maybe Square had some insight and realized
Also, her bag.
a bigger budget would help to better production.
Her bag is a sticker that says, "Is what it is." Is what it is?
But yeah, I do have to agree. First impressions are good with the looks of this game. This looks definitely like what Life is Strange 1 was trying to do, fully realized to a better extent.
The facial animations in particular are immensely upgraded from the previous games.
Good stuff, Dontnod. Good stuff.
I think you mean Deck
Hey,
9. I think
everyone
Java.
Going to be Deck
No,
9,
I think
Jake.
you mean Deck 9.
Deck 9, damn it. I'm too used to Dontnod.
All right.
Oh,
who's this
hello.
music?
So these are the Zen moments that we've seen in the previous games as well, and yeah, there you go. So basically, these moments where, again, we've seen this in the previous games, where you can just watch and enjoy the scenery and the atmosphere until you press circle to continue, basically.
Again, the art style works pretty well here. I'll give him that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the art style has always been a unique thing from Life is Strange, but this is definitely the most painting come to life one, well handled so far. Which, okay, to be fair, latest game in the series, so of course it will look the best, but credit where credit is due, that bird does look pretty beaut.
There is one issue that comes with the with the new production values regarding the pricing, but I'll talk about that when it becomes more apparent later.
I take it this is
Holy
Gabe.
shit.
Yes.
That's really him.
Well, already, so far, the characters aren't swearing like sailors, so that's an improvement from the last few games.
Reuniting with
Oh
your
god,
robots
if they make a
after
Life is
3 years.
Strange 4,
Alright, so we get to choose. So this is our first time reuniting with Gabe. You can choose between a hug or a handshake, and I chose a hug. Go on, those.
Crushing my ribs still
If they make a Life is Strange 4, I so want them to troll Joker by having the first word be fuck or something.
It's just so good to see you again.
That's the thing. There's right now the main rumor is that Life is Strange 4 will be a direct sequel to 1.
A rumor I'm very split on. It could go well, could go sour.
Yeah, Alex's power is that she can read/sense people's emotions.
Interesting, and it seems like, unlike with previous ones, she starts the
Are you ready to
story
see the town?
being familiar with her powers.
All right, let's do it, or I'm nervous. Let's see.
Hell yeah, let's rock and roll.
Hold on.
I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, you can see Deck 9 is by this point was aware of the memes. So every time the character says something that might be considered corny, the characters will immediately poke fun at it, basically.
How was the trip?
So was I right though in inferring that Alex is actually aware of her powers, or
Yes.
is she just?
No. But unlike the other Life is Strange games, Alex has been aware of her power for a while now, so she's already has control of it.
And honest to God, royalty.
Again, this could be an interesting
It
spin.
is
Again, it's
so
not like
nice
we
to
need
finally
like,
meet
oh, suddenly she has
someone's a
these
hugger.
powers.
We are so glad to have you, Alex. Gabe told
I'm
us-
guessing, sure. I'm guessing you can already somewhat relate to her, considering from when I know of you, I'm guessing you probably don't like being hugged by strangers like this.
No.
Yeah.
She seems nice.
Who does?
Yeah, she's great.
I don't mind it personally.
Hugs though.
But don't worry, I understand why a lot of people don't.
I mean, it can also extend to people I know.
See, it also doesn't. It also, I should also mention that I'm Portuguese, and you have to understand that for example, when a guy greets a woman, he's expected to kiss her on the cheek. I get that for you guys, that's probably a bit weird, but different cultures, you know how it is.
So this will be the town. So this will be the town that we hang out in.
So
interesting.
I wanted to bring up the music for this game actually, because that's also a bit of a change from the previous main games. You see, Life is Strange 1 and
Before the
2,
Storm. Oh, okay, sorry.
It 1 and 2 had the same composer, Jonathan Morale.
Yeah.
But this time, this is a mainline non-spin-off game. This one has actually 3 different sets of composers.
Hey, Gabe.
Brother and sister Angus and Julia Stone, Novo Amor, a Welsh musician, and MXN Toon.
Yeah, some Welsh representations, Joey.
Also, considering this is a small mountain town in Colorado, I have to do this. I'm going down to Haven Springs, gonna have myself a time.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Aberrant Swift specifically, Siri.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Wonder.
He's from Aberrant Swift.
Oh,
Yeah. And yeah, going back to the Life is Strange 1 structure, we're instead of going on a road trip where we split off every chapter, we're back to being in a small town where everybody knows each other.
Called it.
Wow. You two are already wonder twinning your
Wonder
way through town.
twinning.
That way.
Okay. No,
Okay.
I understand, but
What do I get?
the target audience for Life is Strange is teenagers. I seriously doubt teenagers of today's day and age are gonna know who the Wonder Twins are.
Well, okay, if I recall correctly, I think there may have been a bit of a rerun resurge of the Super Friends, and I think the Wonder Twins were starting to show up more in some stuff.
I guess.
That I am.
And I guess, to be fair, one could just chalk it up to, hey, you're the Wonder Twins, as in they're just cool siblings in that regard.
Anyway, just to recap, so Alex is Alex Chen. She's Chinese American, and so her brother Gabe Chen. And this is God, I forgot her name.
5 minutes and ask again.
The redhead, you mean?
Yeah, the redhead.
Here?
Basically, they're friends, and
You sure you don't want to
there
just
you
tell
go.
Mac about
Keep
the
this in mind.
No, not yet. I'll handle it.
Okay, your call. We can leave when you're ready.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So now the game gives us an opportunity to explore the shop. You don't have to. You can just go to the door and leave immediately if you want to move on with the story. Yeah, as you can see, in fact, I'm about to demonstrate it. Let me demonstrate a bit of why I'm not bothering with accessibility settings. So let's try using the text backgrounds for the text. In fact, I already had the text on large, and I want to show off something. Yeah, there you go. The difference between default size and large size for the text is, in my opinion, negligible. Honestly, it doesn't look that much smaller or bigger depending on the settings.
It's
to be
kind of not that good.
no,
I've seen worse, but I've also seen a heck of a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird. I feel like they could. Wouldn't it have been obvious to have, again, good solid black background to help the white text pop out more? Why is that so hard to pull off?
I mean, Insomniac and Naughty Dog do this well. Let me see. Okay, let's apply. See how this looks. So now I've put on the background. Let's see how it looks. Okay, that is a shitty black background if I've ever seen one. Look at that. It's like,
let me see.
It practically doesn't exist. Look at
It doesn't exist, no.
Like I said, I mean, that's not black. That's transparent. And okay,
Is it like a separate setting for that kind of thing, or
Yeah.
is it like?
No. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, Shiroi, but the black background, it's like 80% transparent.
I'm trying to see it.
Okay.
Okay, this is the subtitles background. Okay, the subtitles background is better, but it's not great either. See?
Okay,
See Go on.
I get the logic, you know. You want it to be transparent so people can still see the artwork underneath the text. That's fair and fine. But given that, and okay, yes, technically, the closer you get to the text, the more dark it looks. The problem is, like, well, if the text box is all but invisible, that kind of defeats the point and purpose to that regard, like...
So basically, I'm gonna just keep the settings at default because they're useless.
Yeah, like, if anything, it just shows, like, the ghost of the boxes, which is more annoying than helpful, at least for me.
Okay, back to default settings.
Anyway, I believe the redhead's name is Riley.
That's it, thank you. I was drawing a blank there for a moment.
Perfect.
Eh. Cute.
That guy's bad to the gnome.
Right? I heard he won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh my god, the dad jokes.
This is like, stop.
I mean, they're grown adults,
Yeah,
so
Riley's reaction says everything.
She's like, stop,
You can
please.
do anything pretty.
Already, these are probably
Show
some of the
inside.
best interactions I've seen from this franchise so
And
far.
a category for estranged brother you haven't seen in 8 years because you were ripped apart by the foster care system? That's a shame.
I can get that pain.
You need a more concise name.
Alright.
I'm not sure if anyone's come up with that one.
Okay, you might remember how earlier when when Alex was reading Gabe's emotion / mind, he had a blue aura. The emotions in the game are color coded. Yellow for joy. Yes, I can see that you saw Inside Out, Deck 9. Yellow for joy, blue for sadness. Red for anger. I also saw Inside Out Deck 9. I also saw that movie.
Don't tell me. Green for disgust?
No, surprisingly though. However, there's purple for concerned / worried / fear. There you go.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely getting Inside Out vibes from
ready
this.
to leave this place?
So purple is also feared. Surprisingly, they don't have green for disgust. That's the only one that they don't have.
I guess they wanted to keep it to 4 in that regard.
And yeah, she always has the same thing. So.
What if I do?
So this is the
Am I really
this is
ready
the
to
sequel
leave this
to
place?
Inside Out.
Basically, at any point in the game, you can hold the L2 button, and any person who's feeling a strong emotion, you can read it.
Interesting. Can you influence their emotions later on?
Later, but it's later. Not now.
Okay.
All right.
Still, okay, so mind reading. That's a nice ability to have. Well, I guess the idea is that she's an empath more so.
Yeah.
Where she can read thoughts, but I'm guessing her main ability is sensing the emotions off of people.
Yes. All right, let's leave.
Ready?
Thanks. See you soon, Rye.
Yeah, this is another thing where you can tell that this game was made throughout most of its development cycle for the PS4 and the Xbox One, and the PS5 and Xbox Series versions came in the later part of the development, because it would have been very easy for the PS5 and Xbox Series versions to use their SSDs to make eliminate the load times and make the whole town a seamless place where you can seamlessly transition from buildings to a street. But they didn't do that because, well, the PS5 and Xbox Series are clearly just enhanced ports rather than made specifically for the hardware.
I'm legit surprised they didn't just have it. Well, okay. Hold on. What year did this game come out?
2021.
Oh, okay, so by then the PS5 and
The Xbox Series consoles were out, yes. But again, we have to remember, most of the development was made for the PS4 and Xbox One, but those versions came, like, probably in the last year of development, most likely.
Like, the thing is, couldn't they have just made the PS4 and Xbox One versions and then done that cool upgrade thing that you know. Well, okay, granted, I guess that's more so a PS5 thing.
Oh no, they do. Like no,
If you
no,
put
they
the disc
do.
in.
No, they do. Like, here's the thing. What I'm playing is the PS5 version. Like the free upgrade that you're talking about means if you own the PS4 version, you can also have the PS5 version. The problem is that the PS5 version was clearly not made to take full advantage of the hardware. It's abundantly clear that it's more like an enhanced port of the PS4 version rather than something that was made specifically for the system. Because if it was, then they wouldn't even need to have load times. Because this is a very small environment. Trust me, this town is a very small town, so there's not really that much to load. So the PS5 and the Xbox SSDs would have managed to make this seamless very easily.
So anyway, Gabe is anxious about something. Could it perhaps be a date for which he bought those flowers?
Yes, he bought those flowers as an apology to his girlfriend.
Let me duck in here and smooth everything out.
All right, what date did you forget?
We don't know. I doesn't think sure. We never get told what he did, but don't worry. They're about to reconcile it anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
You know, maybe you could like not be nosy
For the
about
last,
it.
for the last time, I wanted strawberry ice cream.
All right, and this is Ethan, Charlotte's son, aka Charlotte is Gabe's girlfriend. So let's talk to him.
What you reading?
No one wants strawberry ice cream.
Oh, has she found the Scepter of Serenity yet?
And here's one thing you'll like, Shira. It's abundantly clear that Zach Garris, the director of this game and the lead writer of Before the Storm, is a big D&D fan. Remember the D&D bit from Before the Storm? Well, there's also D&D and a LARP in this game.
Ooh, tabletop?
No, LARP as in live action role playing.
Oh, I know that. But when you mentioned D&D, I meant, are we going to get a tabletop session like we got?
No, we're not going to get a top table session, but we're going to get a LARP.
I'd love to see it.
Basically taking what they did in Before the Storm, but bringing up to the next level.
That's my point. Like, okay, fair enough.
And he also is making his own comic book. Legendary Monster Slayer Feanor.
Ethan. I can't wait to read it.
Cute.
Are you going camping?
You can already tell the crowd-pleasing attitude and attempt to make sure to ease people into the game as much as they can from this game, because unlike the previous games, they'd make sure to make the introduction to the game as nice as possible. Like everybody's cool, everybody's nice. There's no Chloe here, there's no Daniel here, there's no Rachel in here. So,
like, you know, honestly, I get how that may rub some people the wrong way, but I'll say, so far, the introductions to the characters are just fine. Maybe they'll have troubles later down the road, but sometimes it's nice to have a good, wholesome opening instead of having something be edgy or tough or raw here and there. Like, hey, you know, it can be realistic to just have a nice community of people.
That's what they're going for here. Ooh, look, a record store. This is actually my favorite place in the game.
Neat.
Yeah, see, basically, considering the small structure of the game, it would have been very easy to eliminate these load times if the game had if the PS5 version had more time to cook. But alas.
I think it got delayed. It got delayed by about a month or two on the Switch version.
Well, that's a Switch. That Switch version, if I remember correctly, was made by a different developer, I think.
Yeah, I think
This
it
place
was.
reminds me of the shop Gabe and I used to go to. He'd save up for weeks from his shitty car wash job just to...
Alright, so, Shiroi, remember Stephanie, the girl who was the D&D dungeon master on For the Storm, and she also had a thing for Rachel and asked Chloe if it was okay for her to make a move. Well, she's the owner of this record store. So they're probably thinking, how did she move from Arcadia Bay to here? We're going to explain that eventually in her DLC.
And she apparently got a cat.
There you go. There's Stephanie, and she's once again played by, I think it's Kate Benz. That's her name, I think. But it's put by the same actress from Before the Storm, yes.
Whoa, somebody got a glow up.
Remember, Stephanie's a lesbian. And as you're going to see for the DLC, she immediately took a liking to Alex the moment she sees her. Maybe she's like me and she has a thing for babes with glasses.
Citizens of Haven Springs, that was the Wednesday with
Oh,
the squad.
she's, I guess,
Up
also
next,
a
very
radio
special
DJ.
request
Yep.
From
We're going to explain how she came to be here and got this job to begin with later. So she's our female love interest, as I've said before, and now we're about to meet our male love interest, or potential male love interest,
Which is
Ryan.
confusing because it's obviously open. Wait. Are you Alex?
That's me.
No, I'm Bob.
Wow. Gabe's been talking about you coming since forever. I'm Ryan.
His voice sounds familiar.
Nice to meet you.
I don't know who it is. I haven't looked it up.
So, all the way from Portland, huh? What do you think of Haven?
Cool so far, in my opinion.
I've seen some cool things so far. Like, this record store is
Yeah.
amazing.
Hey, look, a black cat.
I didn't expect
Yeah, I
anything
mentioned.
like
So,
this
Shuri,
here.
do you think
Yep.
Steph has a good
It's a
taste in
cultural
cats?
landmark for sure.
Yes, she has a void.
That's the thing, Shiroi. As you're about to see, Valkyrie is an asshole. So,
Oh, so she's a cat?
Yeah.
well, yeah, the name of
Shut up.
that cat we just saw.
An outdoorsman's
Cats
Spoken
being
like
assholes.
spoken like someone who hasn't seen Suzume. Anyway, different or nerdy? Basically, he's a bird person.
It's
Ah.
a pretty obscure record.
Of course, he likes
The National
birds.
Park
The
Service
female
gave it
love
5
interest
stars.
likes cats. I see what you're getting at, game.
So, you're,
Colorado State Park Ranger.
it's all coming into focus.
Yeah, the first thing that's immediately like one of the big highlights of the game for me is the actress who plays Alex. I forgot her name.
Erica Morris.
That's it, Erica Mori. Erica Mori is like most of Alex's likability, in my opinion, comes from Erica Mori's performance.
Pretty sure.
She is by far the best lead actor this franchise has ever had.
So you
That's
don't
good.
work here?
Steph won't mind. Be the easiest sale she's ever made. If I could just find the whole list. Damn. I know I saw it before. Want to help me look?
That pose,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
it's like he thinks he's Superman.
Oh look, he teleported from inside the counter to outside the counter.
No idea.
He is Superman, jeez.
Alright, so another thing we have is, of course, just like in the previous Life is Strange games, we can access to our phone, we can check our messages. We also have a social network called MyBlock. And we can also check our journal. Yes. Oh, world's okayest boyfriend. Aw, you were right. Really, Lise. Feel like I'll get used to saying that without you. I won't get used to hearing it, she says. By the way, I invited you to our neighborhood on MyBlock. Check it out when you have a sec. Cool, thanks. Basically, the blue color text, those are ours, and the white ones are the ones from whoever we're talking to. We also have Chelsea, who is a friend from before the story started. That you can get a basic sense of how their relationship was by reading all these texts. But I'm not going to read all of these because there's a shit ton of text here, as you can see.
Look at that, it's Chelsea.
The point is, yeah, life has been hard these past few years, but I'm really glad we met, blah, blah, blah. Me too, blah, blah. Then there's Dr. Lin, that psychologist that Alex was talking in the opening scene. There's a shit ton of text here. Alex, you have a session scheduled in my office. Are you going to make it? Alex, punctual attendance if scheduled sessions with your assigned counselor are a condition of your residence at Helping Hands, Alex. Let's call this strike one. I'm sorry, I lost track of time. Okay. Per our session yesterday. That's the thing, Shiroi. Every time you try to talk to Valkyrie as Alex, Valkyrie immediately starts acting like she's about to scratch you. So, not exactly the nicest cat. Alex, where are you? Your things are gone. Where are you with? Alex, please get in touch with me. No one knows where you are. So at some point, apparently... What?
I was about to say, that reminds me of my sister's cat, Santiago.
Good luck in this new chapter of your life. Please know that I'm here for you if you need me. This caller has been blocked. You will no longer... so Alex at some point blocked Dr. Lin.
Oof.
It's
not so much that he scratches, but sometimes when you approach him, he flexes the claws out.
Yeah. Anyway...
Alright then.
Alright, press circle, Pedro, please.
Dr. Lin, I wonder if this will be an important character later down the road.
She won't.
I mean, she's blocked, so... Yeah.
Well, maybe that would mean she'd turn out to be a supervillain in the plot.
Will that be the case? Oh, it turns out the villain of not only this game, but of the entire franchise was just this random doctor no one heard of.
Dr. Evil Lin!
Okay, so here's Gene. Whoever he is.
Who that is.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of people in here in the message. I understand world building, but a lot of these I don't really get who they are because they're not important.
I was wondering if these might be people we meet later in the plot.
No. The people we're going to meet are from the Haven Springs people.
Okay.
Okay. You remain my hero. Thank you. Heart. Hey, Chelsea, I have something important to say. I'm going to move to Colorado to live with my brother. Leaving you was the literal only downside to this plan. I'm really sorry. Just know that I'm always a phone call or text away from you. Don't be sorry. I'm so happy for you. Blah, blah, blah. I'll miss you. Don't let anyone push you around. Okay? You're rad as hell. Life has been hard. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, someone called Mariella. Okay. Hey, is this still your number? Oh my god, Alex. Hey, Mary. So good to hear from you. Are you okay? Blah 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 blah. So basically, the basic gist of it is that you can take a look at Alex's text from the to get a good basic grasp of how her life was before the game started. Basically, our apartment has a couch with your name on it. I'll call you in a few. Thank you so much. I'll pay you back with tender love and affection. Okay. Oh, this part. Did you ever figure out things with Miss Stevens? No, she's a bitch. I ended up back in the group home after that. Oh, and then she says coño. Okay, for those who don't know, coño is basically a swear word in Spanish, basically. All good. I already added it to my. I love how American writers like to. Oh, I'm gonna swear, but I'm gonna swear in a different language. That way, I can get away with it.
I know, right? Like, you could probably say the F word in a different language, and you could probably put that in a kid's film.
Yep. Hey, sorry I missed this. Blah blah blah. Cool. Tell him not to fuck it up. I'm in your neck of the woods. When I get a drink. Hola, chica. Means hello, girl. Sick BRT. Shouldn't be BRT. What does BRT stand for?
BRT. That can mean a multitude of things. That was
this one.
An interesting one.
This one is interesting.
Usually BRT.
Like I said before, Alex is bi, and this guy Isaac is someone that Alex had a fling with. Yeah, Isaac is Isaac. Blah blah blah. Jeez, I was so bummed out for a second. Why would you do that to me? Sorry, it was nice meeting you too. Would love to take you out for coffee sometime. You owe me for that one cruel and unusual joke. Maybe next weekend. Great. I'll ping you Saturday. Have a happy Halloween. Hey, Alex. Blah blah blah. Challenge accepted. Have you been to the Silver Kettle in Washington? Blah, blah, blah. I had a great time, Alex, despite your questionable choice in beverage. Prepare for... Hey, Alex, you free for drinks tonight? I'm craving another lesson on Portland singer-songwriters. You got it. Why not both? Okay, now we're talking. Let's start with the cocktail. You free at 8-ish? Sure. Very belated, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'll take you out tonight. How about full-on dinner? With wine, bread, and like actual dinner. Actual dinner sounds great, Isaac. I get cram up a bit. Hey, you haven't seen me, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I'll see you that tomorrow evening. Easy there, Trigger. Trigger? I think you mean Tiger? Trigger.
He probably misspelled it. But speaking of spelling, though, BRT is a usual mobile abbreviation for...
At one point, she even asked them, "Can I crash at your place? I don't have any place else." So they got some wine. I'll take it out just in case, and they brought out some wine. And then at some point he asks, everything okay? Hey, yeah, we just moved a little fast last night. Can we hold off on sex for a while? So basically, she needed a place to crash, and they drank some wine, and they end up having sex. What's wrong? I thought we were having a good time. I just wasn't in the right mindset, she says. Sorry to hear that. You were giving me all the right signals, and I thought you were interested. Hey, Alex, want to get a drink? Alex, you awake? So basically, she stopped replying to his text at some point. Come get drinks. I'm buying. Alex? And she goes, hey, Isaac, after something. Alex Chen? Long time no see. I know, right? Listen, I need a place to crash again. Can I bribe you with free beer? Yes, something that's way better than beer, and you know it. Okay, that you're starting to get a bit creepy, dude. I just need a place to sleep. And that's what I've got, and then some. Just come over. And this caller has been blocked. You will no longer receive messages from their number. So she also blocked this guy.
So do we find him in the plot later?
I've actually seen some older Life is Strange fans from the OG days that argue that they would have liked some of these events of Alex's life to be in the actual game rather than just text for us to read.
Like legit, none of these people show up in the plot later.
No, they don't. It's just meant to be flavor text for some basic backstory. I
give them credit. It's some pretty good flavor text, but yeah, it does leave me wondering if maybe we should have followed up on some of this.
I personally don't mind it, but I have heard people complain that they would have liked to see some of that stuff that's happened in those texts in the actual game, like on screen, you know. I personally don't mind it, but I can understand people that do.
Anyway, going back to what BRT means, it's be right there, essentially.
Okay, thanks. Anyway...
BRB is be right back.
Okay, so basically my blog is, of course, the Twitter/Facebook of this game. You already know how these things work when a lot of games in recent years like to have their own social network for world-building purposes.
Not the MySpace of this universe. Then again, it's not dead, so it can't be the MySpace of this universe.
Ethan saying that the latest issue of Legendary Monster Hunter Feanor is finished. Steph says, hey, way to go, how many can I have for the store? And Charlotte's like, I'll take him to get copies made this weekend. Yes. Gabe says, ready to be Feanor for real in the LARP, blah, blah, blah. Steph Gingrich, this weekend is your last chance to sign up for Mountain Song, a live-action role-playing event in Denver. I'm helping organize it, and it's gonna be rad. So obviously, yes, Stephanie is organizing the LARP. Not surprising.
Of course.
Not surprising at all. Sonny Anderson, my kids might be interested. Shoot me the link. You got it. Then we have Charlotte, aka Gabe's girlfriend. Family portraits are open for commission. I can work off a photograph or a live pose. Pet portraits and other art. Basically, she owns a photograph shop. And there's this guy called Ducky. We're going to meet him later. How about one of your lovely sculptures? Perhaps a squirrel or an Aplodontia rufa. I think that's how you pronounce that. Aplodontia, maybe. Whatever. A what now? And Ryan's like, it's a kind of rodent. Basically, you know, being a park ranger, Ryan knows his animals basically and his plants. Riley says something, blah, blah, blah. Can you teach my mom how to do small? Yeah, blah, blah. Maybe you could come by the shop and take a look at our computer. Our payment software has been acting up. Basically, Riley is also good with computers, and this is going to come into the plot later. So whenever someone in town has computer issues, they usually call Riley, basically. Mm-hmm. And in one post, she becomes the whole town's IT. Yeah, basically. And this is Jason Pike. He's the sheriff for the town. Huge thank you to Typhon Mining for donating 2 brand new Road King law enforcement motorcycles to the force. Typhon Mining is a mining company that basically is in this town. Basically, think of it as the think of it like the major corporation of this town that, you know, helps the economy of this town and shit. Blah blah blah. We also have Jed Lucan, who's the owner of the bar. We're going to meet him later. Can't wait. Congratulations, Eleanor, basically. And Eleanor is that old... Remember that old lady who hugged Alex earlier? That's Eleanor, Riley's grandmother.
Huh.
Charlotte's like, Parker lessons? Does anyone know where I can get them? Blah, blah, blah. So basically you can use the MyBlock thing to just have a good grasp on how these characters are and how they interact before you got here. I want to wish a huge happy birthday to Haven's one and only nerdy, bird-loving, looks great with that beard park agent Ryan Lucan. The world became a better place when he was born 47 years ago. And Ryan's like, thanks, Gabe. A little over the age, though. Riley's like, don't be mean, Gabe. You only turned 47 once. And Ryan Lucan's like, 24 for the record. And Riley's like, is that in dog years or... And Steph's like, dead. Ryan, you do... Well, so basically, they go. The Haven Springs Birding Society. Birding Society? Are birding societies a thing?
Possibly.
There's Ducky. Hand super glue taxidermy animal, help. And Steph puts it with a smiley. Ducky, did you maybe mean to type this into Google? What? Remember, Ducky's an old man, so the joke is that he was meant to type that into Google, but he accidentally typed it on my block and posted it. Basically.
How real.
How's that for a dad joke?
Yeah.
Anyway, Charlotte, huge thanks to everyone who helped out with Doc Day. All our kiddos will be safe from splinters in their ear. Jed's like, that whole Doc's never looked better, and my hands have never looked worse, says Gabe. Eleonora says, thank you for organizing that, Charlotte. And Charlotte replies with a heart, basically. And I think that's it. I think I've read all of it. Yeah, we also have a journal. The journal is where Alex saves the various emotions that she's found within people. And you can even see Tessa Hanger, which is someone that she met before the story started. And she describes a bit how she's feeling. There you go, see. Anguish apparently is code for blue.
I do like details like this that do show that we're in the middle of her knowing her powers in that regard, which, does add to the immersion in that.
Indeed.
State.
All right, everybody. In the next part, we will properly get acquainted with the rest of the town. So, see you then.
So, yeah.